Chapter 5. Do. April 5th, 2023. I'm listening to a debate about LGBT in the US. It said that a lot of LGBT people would hold a gun to their head saying, "If you do not identify me as what I want you to identify me as, I will kill myself." It sounds like a very auspicious thing if a woman would need people to identify her as a man or vice versa. They say that gender is a social thing, although it is a thing that we are born with. We are only assigned a gender at birth by God, and we should not even ask to change that. Why would a man want to become a woman, or why a woman would want to identify herself as a man? Both are alterations of God's creation, both of which were a thing that was promised to be done to humans by the devil, specifically changing God's creation. I believe that this is more of a lack of God's grace and love for a nation or a group of people. April 8th, 2023. Those who, when they do anything that displeases blasphemers, God rewards with a good deed. What is blasphemy? Doing something that opposes God's commands. But who knows what God's commands are? Believers in any faith that was revealed by God who acknowledge the existence of a supreme deity who had commanded them through their prophet to do something in order to follow in their footsteps. Monotheism started upon the creation of humans. Some people in our generation would claim that we are only a result of evolution, that our species came out on top of the food chain, and thus we were given superiority and dominion over other living beings. Darwinian theory of evolution, however, is not a topic I'm very interested in because it goes against my belief in a first human being created and given a special gift of soul by God. Many people identify soul differently, but I'm not sure what it means still. Is it reason? Is it free will? Whatever it was given to humans by God. The idea of heaven and hell, the final resting place of all humans, is in either one of those places. Either to be readmitted into the garden, paradise, or heaven, or to be thrown into hell. Many prophets told of heaven and its description, but the notion of hell and its description was only given to the faithful servants. God's prophets were not poets, however. When they told of the description of hell to other people around them, some were called poets in the Bible. In fact, a lot of this period of time identifies certain poetic elements in the Old Testament. Even when the Bible is taught in our universities, it's referred sometimes as a work of literature rather than divinely inspired. When the Bible speaks about the story of Genesis, it says that when Eve was created, Adam recited poetry, saying, "Bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh." Yet, the Bible does not explain why Adam's wife was called Hawa. When God created Hawa from his rib, Adam saw her and was very pleased with her. Now he has a partner who looks like him. God told Adam that this is a woman, and then asked Adam, "What is her name?" Adam knew the names of everything that God created before that, and thus Adam called the woman Hawa. When God asked why he called her Hawa, Adam replied, "Because she was created from another living being, from something that is Hayy." However, the name Al-Hayy is a reference to God being the eternal living being. Therefore, it could be that the soul that God blew into Adam as well as Hawa was a reference to the living essence. God is the one who gives life and takes life. He allows a person's life to extend or be taken away. When someone is about to die, the angel of death is sent to take his soul along with the other angels. They are considered caretakers of the soul after it departs the body. When the angels of death come to take the soul of a believer, they come in the best form, in a pleasing form, that the believer would be glad to be escorted by them. However, for blasphemers, they look horrified that in order to take their soul, it is beating out of them. Cain was cursed in the Bible for being the first human to take a life of another human. If a human is killed, their life ends prematurely, although it is destined to happen. Many ancient Greek historians were considered to be poets. However, some said to have been able to enter hell in their life. However, poets are identified as people who would say what they do not do.